Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be telling you exactly what you're going to be seeing happening to your weapons when year 2 drops, or whatever you want to call it, Warlords of New York. How are your weapons going to look? And the answer that we have was from a very small snippet of the 3-hour post show, and I'm just going to play this clip for you so that you can hear the answer from the designers yourself.
So the way weapons work is quite simple. You're going to have your 2 core stats, which you'll recognize from the live game. So you get damage. You'll see how well they've rolled in terms of damage on a bar, just like all the other stats that we're showing now. And then the type bonus, crit chance for SMGs, etc. And then they have a third roll, which can be a lot of the things that used to appear as like static talents, like extra mag size or RPM, or even crit damage or headshot damage. So you can get this third bonus roll on orange weapons that can be a whole spectrum of different random attributes. So you can find an SMG with crit chance and crit damage on it, or an assault rifle with damage to health, which it already has at base, and then maybe headshot damage on it. Would be a good roll. And then it has its active talent, which is the big active talent that it used to have, the one with a little hologram projection on the gun, etc.
Now, you've already heard this. The developers have already said that this is going to be a change that's going to be coming to the game. And I wanted to make this video to kind of have a discussion and talk about this a little bit more and just kind of set the expectations for a lot of people in the community. Now, before we get any further into the video, I've noticed that about 72% of my audience are not subscribed. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, go ahead and support the channel and join the Gaming Daddy community. It'll be much appreciated. All right, moving on. Now, this change that we're getting is not something that I'm really surprised about. In fact, the refresh, should have changes sweeping across everything from gear to weapons to the way we play, maybe new content, seasons, replayability and all that good stuff. And I think this is what's going to really improve the grind and improve synergy. But I wanted to also go ahead and talk about this because I feel like a lot of the emphasis and a lot of the attention has been placed on exotics, even though I would tell you that I'm not a fan of having to go back and regrind all my exotics again. I basically don't use too many of my exotics. Exotics usually require a specific play style, and whenever you want to just kind of chill, sometimes you want to put your exotics away, and most likely you'll be using your weapons, you'll be using the talents from them to actually synergize your builds, because there's a wide, diverse array of, talents across weapons than they are with exotics. Exotics will have their own unique talent that will require for you to usually build along the lines of that. So that's one of the reasons that I feel like weapons will also have their importance and their significance in the way that they're going to be designed. If you listen to Frederick's explanation, he said you're going to have your weapon have its main attributes. So something like assault rifle having health damage, something like, I don't know if that's exactly going to be the case, your base damage, your RPM, and then you're going to have some kind of an active attribute or talent that would just be there, something along the lines of maybe an AR with headshot damage. Those were his words. So if we're going to be seeing ARs with headshot damage, I know somebody that's definitely within my community that we play together that enjoys building headshot damage builds with his assault rifle. In fact, back in the days before TU6, he went ahead and built himself a clutch build with Iraldi and missed out a whole bunch of talents just because he wanted that headshot damage build a specific way with his Eagle Bearer. So I'm probably going to link this video to him so that he can see that this is something that he will probably be looking forward. I don't know if he'll be looking forward to it. Let me not assume to grind for. But there are also a lot of players in the community that will be happy to build along the lines of parameters like these and be able to min-max and spec their builds to, unite with their entire gear and weapon systems at hand. So that's one of the really interesting things about this. And for many players, this is going to be very exciting. And I think this is something that they know that's going to improve and increase playtime in terms of how you can get your gear together. One of the fun things about the Division and the Division game in general is Division 2 game in general, is that people enjoy building and being able to min-max everything to the, to the best possible quality that they can farm for it and get it. And so if these things are implemented, I'm hoping that they do have an impact on your play, on your player power, and all of that good stuff. And, even with the whole new system that's being implemented with the exotics, like I've said before, a lot of the other exotics, as I know, will most likely be dropping in the loot pool. and if that's the case, if you already have maybe an exotic drop for you at gear score 500, and the exotic is possible for it to drop at level 40, then I won't mind. I'll be doing my targeted loot runs to try to get those exotics to drop. But in case of the Eagle Bearer, I know even, the game designer Nicky Coupens, who is in charge of, this aspect of the game, has also said in an interview, I think in the last state of the game, that they want people to kind of go back and try to attain the level 40 versions. But also in a tweet, he said if you don't want to go back and farm for your Eagle Bearer, then you can wait. And so I guess we're receiving, these kinds of maybe mixed signals, or kind of a hint that something might be coming down the road for people to be able to attain their Eagle Bearer. Because honestly, when we get to level 40, I'm not going to be interested in playing Operation Dark Hours. And I mean, this is just my preference. I mean, many people will probably be playing it, but if they will maybe tweak the drop rates of it, then it might incentivize a lot of other players to drop it, because time is a very, very valuable commodity in terms of doing that. So as much as I like to play the Division 2, I like to have fun and I like to see rewards whenever I play. But if I have to go play without seeing any rewards, that is usually a turnoff for a player like me, because my library is full of many, many fun games that I have to actively delete so that I can concentrate on playing the Division. That's crazy, because that's just the way game development is. There are games that have been made from, the 2013s all the way through now that are, very, very good games that you can still be playing even in the era of brand new games that are coming out. And then also, this practice, I don't know if it will be sustainable if they want to increase the grind too much. And I'm hoping they don't. I'm just kind of, saying this out there as kind of a precautionary comment, that they don't increase the grind too much, that it pushes players away when they get to a point and say, I don't know if this grind is enough for me. I can just go play another game that is not grindy, thereby reducing the player's playtime in general. It can have an effect both ways. I guess I should be fair and put it that way. Sometimes for some players, if they can't get anything, they'll grind more. And sometimes I find myself in that situation. And then sometimes if a player can, get stuff, easily, then they won't grind at all. Or sometimes if a player does not get stuff when they feel like they've grinded enough, then they get turned off. So it's a really weird situation because you can't really please everybody. But I guess back to the main thing about how regular weapons will work, this is what we have as an answer, and I wanted to point this out to you guys. So let me hear what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is something that you are down for? And I know many people are down for it, but let me hear what you think nonetheless. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you've not subscribed to the Gaming Daddy channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Peace.